Hi, everybody. Welcome to your yin and guided meditation class. Take the next few seconds to grab some props that you have at home. If you have yoga props, that's even better. A bolster, a couple blocks, and a blanket. If not, just grab some pillows, bed pillows or couch pillows, and a blanket. That'll be great. And then I'll meet you right back here. Feel free to start your own music if you'd like to practice some music today. Fantastic. Now, if yin is unfamiliar to you, it is a little more active than a restorative practice. It is still restorative. It is just more sensation, and we'll hold the postures anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes, depending on what the posture is. So a lot of body awareness and moving through sensation in practice today. Let's just get started in our first posture of child's pose. And you can take that any way that you want. I prefer to have a bolster on my mat, gently resting my inner thighs around my bolster. You're also welcome to place a block beneath your bolster for a little more height. Now I'll cue you halfway through to shift your gaze. So just know that whatever way that you are looking, halfway through I'll let you know. Draw your hips back towards your heels. Rest your palms on the mat. And take a moment here to soften your eyes. Feel the weight of your body draw toward the earth. Notice the breath as it begins to deepen. Allow the body to begin to transition from the act of doing and movement into a more still practice. Being just as you are, witnessing what's here. We'll start to take a full breath in, sending the breath to all spaces of the body. Lift up through the upper back. Hold your breath in. An open, audible exhale, just let it go. Amazing. 2 more like that. Full breath from the root of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. Hold it in. And let it go. Last one like this. Biggest breath. No space left. Hold it in. Open mouth exhale. And then slowly just start to breathe in and out through your nose. Nice and steady, smooth. And know that no matter what sensations we're moving through today, that your breath is here to guide you. If you find that it's challenging to quiet the thoughts in your mind, focus more on your exhales. Take awareness to your fingertips and your toes and just let them be soft. And the muscles around the face and the jaw and the eyes, heavy. Start this process of just letting go. Notice the belly rise and fall as you breathe. Ever so slowly and gently, rotate your gaze in the opposite direction. Resting back down into stillness and observing any sensations that you might be feeling through the opposite side of your neck. Focusing on connection today. Connection of your own body, mind, and breath. And the connection that you have to others in your life. And the really powerful connection that you have to the earth and the universe. When we recognize the virtues, the talent, the beauty of Mother Earth, something is born in us, some kind of connection. Love is born. Last full minute here. And over again, we notify the body that it's okay to surrender. That the to-do lists and everything that runs around in our minds can simply wait. And it's okay to be completely present right here, just as we are. Three full rounds of breath. Really easy with your transition. You'll press down through your palms and gently lift yourself up through tabletop. Go ahead and press your blocks or your props away. And then in your neutral tabletop, start to stack your joints, your hips, your knees. Option to keep your eyes closed and move very, very gently through cat-cow poses. Taking what you need here, any variations, any organic movement. Just start to explore the body from toes, fingertips to crown of head. Linking your breath with the movements of your body. Just a few more times. And then meet me back in a neutral tabletop. And taking puppy pose for just a minute or so. Keep your hips elevated. Walk your hands forward. Rest your third eye or your chin to the mat. And just feel the opening here through the shoulders and the sides of the neck. Really big breaths with more focus on the exhales. Three full breaths. Your transition will be sliding your body down to your mat, all the way to your belly. And setting up for Sphinx pose. So you want to number 11 with your forearms. Make sure that your elbows are directly beneath your shoulders and that your palms are flat to the mat. Now take the tops of your feet to the edges of your mat, so slightly wider than hip width distance apart. Stay pressing down through your forearms, elbows, and palms, and then lift up with the crown of your head. You can find a slight activation here through your glutes, not too much, but just enough to protect the low back. Stay with your breath. Close your eyes and just feel the body. Feel what's here in your new form. The feeling is such a gift. You can take advantage of it all the time, but when we're in moments of stillness, it sort of surfaces a little bit more, like what's here? What are we feeling? So you have a slight compression in your low back, but you also have an expansion and opening up through the pubic bone all the way to the tip of the ribs. And notice as you breathe and the belly expands, you have a deeper connection to the earth, to the ground beneath you. And with each exhale, just let the torso depress a little to the earth, allowing for more stretch through the shoulders. So it's like your heart gets a little heavier. Find a little tuck of the chin and feel a bigger stretch to the back of your neck. Just one more minute here. Continue to reach back through your toes. Three full rounds of breath. Your surrender will be coming down fully to the mat. Stack your hands, your elbows are wide, and rest your third eye there. Full body breathing. So all the way in, all the way out. Lift up with your heels, so you'll bend your knees. And then ever so gently, just start to windshield wiper your heels from left to right. Feel free to pause on either side for a full round of breath. And then slowly press the tops of your feet back down to your mat. Moving into seal pose. Place your palms to the corners of your mat in front of you. And as you inhale, start to straighten your arms and lift up through your torso and your head. Now you have a little traction here with your palms. They're pressing into the earth to create the lift through your torso. Now feel even more activation with your glutes. And make sure your legs are wider than hip width distance and that the tops of your feet are pressing into the mat. And find your breath. And as you breathe, start to release the tension that you have in the low back. Just about a minute and a half here. And so what's coming up for you when you put yourself in a challenging posture that's not so comfortable to hold? Can you close your eyes and remain focused with the breath, knowing that this posture, just like everything else in our lives, is always moving in and moving out, and we won't be here forever. Let the breath create strength, and let the breath create softness. That's the sukha and the stira, the effort and the ease that plays a part in all that we do. It's a truly balanced in nature. Three full breaths. Smooth, steady. You'll slowly come down to the elbows and then stack your hands, rest your third eye there. Start to bend your right knee and take it up to the center of your mat, off to the side. And then turn your head toward the right also. So known as a sort of a half frog here, belly down frog. Feel the sensations of rest. Last minute on this side. Three full rounds of breath. Gently, you'll return back to center, neutralizing the whole back body. And just a round of breath here. And then bend your left knee, pull it up to the center of your mat, and turn your head toward the left as well. In your supine one-legged frog, close your eyes and just notice the difference in the sides of the body. And the hips and the shoulders. Just breathe. Last full minute here. Three big breaths. With ease, return back to the neutral spine. Third eye rests, legs extend behind you. Take your awareness to your low back, your hips and your thighs, and witness any release. Maybe a bit more free flowing with your breath as the prana moves through the body. That's the beauty of intentional breath and movement. You start to shift things, allowing the prana to move more freely. Take your hands beneath your shoulders and ever so slowly lift yourself up to tabletop. Now cross your ankles behind you and roll over your feet and come on to a seat. We'll take tortoise pose. So in your comfortable seat, draw the soles of your feet together to touch. Remove the extra flesh from beneath your sit bones. Now, I'll show you what this looks like without any props, and then you can set yourself up in what you think you can use to support you. So tortoise pose is bound feet, and then you'll take your hands between your legs and rest the palms down. So your outer calves are now connected to the tops of your forearms. And it's kind of beneficial sometimes to walk your toes a little further away from you. And now we're gonna rest our third eye down. So see where you are without any props, and you might just need a block resting gently on your feet. For some people I know they like a bolster resting here and then a block if you feel like you need more height with your torso. So just kind of play with it. And also note in this posture, the longer that we hold it, the more props you can get rid of. So if it's more comfortable to start kind of high and then to move down, that works too. Important that the fingertips and the toes are not holding on. They're not tense. And that your third eye is resting somewhere, whether a bolster, a block, or your feet. To create more space in the low back, always know you can walk the feet further away from the body. And once you feel settled here, take a full breath in. And just follow it all the way out, resting in. And deepening your own connection. And once you have a deeper connection to yourself, to everything that you are, it flows out to the earth and beyond to the universe, and to each and every person you meet. Let the shoulders be heavy. And take your awareness back to your breath. And with your breath pattern, hold the inhales just for a second. And hold out the exhales just for a second. Start to feel the spaces between your breath, between your thoughts. It's okay to let the mind and the body move in and out of consciousness. Be completely relaxed here. Notice if you are challenged with any of the uncomfortability. What happens in the mind, and what happens in the body. And how can you remove yourself from those sensations and simply observe instead? Last full minute here. Three full rounds of breath. Ever so gently, start to press down through the palms. Lift up through your head, and then one arm at a time, you'll pull out from between the legs. Then crawl your torso back up. Now you'll shift. If you used a bolster, just place it behind you. And then stamp the soles of your feet wide to the edges of your mat. Make sure your bolster is connected to the low back, and then gently rest your whole back body down onto the bolster. Take fallen bridge with the legs, so knock your knees together to touch. Let your arms go along your side bodies with your palms face up. Immediately start to feel the release in the low back. Take a full breath in. And let it go. Allow the heart to be your focus here. Lifted in the high point of your body. When we feel deep connections to ourselves and to others, it's our heart that guides the way. We move with love instead of fear or hate. We have compassion and acceptance, not only for ourselves, but to all of those around us. We're all just human, doing the best that we can. Allow your lips to find a nice separation and let go of the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Feel the jaw surrender. Let your elbows be pulled down by gravity toward the earth. Take a full breath in and let it go. Let's stretch a little more through the shoulders. So keep your body as it is. Just gently take your hands toward to the back of your neck, and then interlace your fingers just like this, nice and gentle, like a webbing. And you'll place that interlaced area right beneath the neck, in the very bottom of your skull. And so your elbows are out really wide. Now, if this is too intense, just go ahead and goalpost your arms if that's the case. Big breath in. And as you exhale, removing the air all the way from the body, feel all the way into the armpits. Do this a few times. Notice how the power of your breath shifts the posture in so many ways. Even pressing through the back of your head into your pillows or your bolster, or even the floor. Just deepening the stretch to the arms and the shoulders. So good. Last minute here. Three full rounds of breath. Slowly release your hands. Place your palms down to the mat. Shift your knees to one side and lift yourself up to seated. We'll move into deer, our twist for class today. So we're going to start with the right hip. I really like a blanket in the middle of my mat, just a nice softness for my booty. Your right hip's going to come to the center of your bolster. Now, you may or may not want a block underneath your bolster for a little more height, so I'll let you decide as we move through. Staggered legs is the sole of your right foot connects to the top of your left thigh. This might be too intense. If that's the case when we move into it, you can always simply stack your legs on top of each other. So find a leg variation to begin, and then turn towards your bolster, spider tip your fingertips, lift up through your torso. And then come all the way down, resting your belly on the bolster. Now, for less of a twist, you're going to gaze the same direction as your knees. For more of a twist, you'll turn your head the opposite direction. Let your forearms, elbows, and palms rest on the mat. Take a full breath in once you've settled, and let go with the exhale. Just resting into the subtle twist here. Knowing that you can adjust your gaze or your legs at any time. Close your eyes. Just breathe. Sometimes when we're deeply twisting, our breath can be a little more shallow. I want you to take the focus there and really begin to lengthen and expand the breath. Last full minute. 3 full rounds of breath. Gently press down. Lift your torso all the way up. And now you'll rotate, bending your knees, shifting your hips to the opposite side. So this time your left hip is now to the center of your bolster. And I invite you to find the same variation with your legs, just to start, and then you can always make the adjustment because the sides of our body are very different. And then lift up through your torso, gaze towards your bolster, and then let the torso fall. So this side might feel very different with the neck, with the hips. So make any adjustments that you need to feel the same sensations as you did on the other side. It might look very different. And once you've settled in, take a full breath. And let it go all the way out, resting in stillness and awareness. Notice if tension has creeped in any place in your body. Just take the breath there. Last full minute here. Three full rounds of breath. Slowly press down through your palms. Lift up through your torso. And we'll take our final resting posture today of class, Stonehenge. Now, if you have just pillows or blankets, feel free to stack them up. Also, if you have a chair and you don't have blocks and a bolster, a chair is really nice too. We're going to elevate our legs, but lay on our backs. So if you have a chair, you'll set it up here and rest your calves on the chair. Or pillows or blankets, you're just going to stack. If you have a block and bolsters, set your blocks at their highest setting. There's about, I don't know, less than a foot between them. You want them somewhat close. And then your bolster will rest right on top of that. Scoot yourself towards your bolster and then rest your calves right on top. Now this is a great place for maybe a pillow underneath the back of your head. Just let your arms fall along your side bodies. Let your toes fall open. And close your eyes. Allow the rush of serenity to just fall over you. There is nowhere to be. There is nothing to do. Rest in stillness. Make yourself comfortable, closing the eyes. Inner peace is all about letting go, relaxing, letting go more, and relaxing more. You can do this now. And take a slow, deep breath and let go of any tension as you feel yourself sinking into the surface you're resting on. Becoming still more comfortable and relaxed. Take another slow, deep breath and release your thoughts, letting them drift away. And take another slow, deep breath and know that in this moment, all is well. Notice your connection to the ground, either through the bottom of your feet or the bottom of your seat, as you feel the energy of the earth softly flowing into you, supporting you and grounding you. And imagine the energy of life is flowing into you through the top of your head, your hands, and your heart, softly and peacefully. Picture this energy of life as a soft green colored light, filling your body, mind, and emotions. Now notice your breathing and allow it to become deeper and slower. As you breathe in the word deep. And as you breathe out the word peace. Take a few moments to continue to follow your breath in and out with the words deep peace. If other thoughts start to move in, simply let them go and refocus on deep and peace. Breathing in and breathing out. Consider one thing in your life that tends to disturb you. And imagine you are holding that situation gently in your heart, surrounded by the soft green light. And without trying to analyze, change, or control that situation, just hold it softly in your heart. And breathe the words deep peace in and out of that situation. Very often, the things that disturb us either change, dissolve, or cease to disturb us if we lighten the way that we think about them. So for now, for the sake of your own inner peace, just continue to hold that situation softly in your heart, in the green light, and breathe the words deep and peace in and out. Now allow that situation to fade and focus only on the soft green light and breathing in and out with the words deep peace. As we bring this inner journey to a close, take a moment to thank yourself for giving yourself this gift. Slowly begin to awaken your body with breath. And just start by wiggling your fingertips and your toes. Take a moment to reach your arms all the way up and overhead. And then one at a time, you'll pull your knees in through center as you roll over to the right side. Take this moment to rest in fetal position. And accept the gift of starting over, beginning again with new awareness, new intention. And then press down to the earth. Feel the connection you have there. And lift yourself up through center. Find a seated position and place your palms together at your heart space, keeping your eyes closed. Anjali Mudra, the symbol of gratitude for this sacred space of transformation. Let's end class today with one Om. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, we prepare. Carrying the sound and vibrations with you. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, friends, be well.